Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lex and I would absolutely love it if you love this content. If you could please support the channel by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. All of that allows the videos to grow, allows more people to see my content, and it inspires me to keep creating. We are going to get into The Circle episode 10. Sorry if I seem a little low energy, under the weather. I'm just so tired. I don't know what happened, but the post-travel exhaustion really hit me late, middle of the day yesterday into today. I just feel so tired. Maybe I'm coming down with something, I don't know, but hopefully not. But yeah, so sorry if I seem a little low energy or just mess up my words a little more. I just do not feel that good. But anyway, we are going to get into The Circle episode 10. So if you haven't seen episode 9, go watch that. I have that here on the channel. So we start off with the ride or die influencer secret twist. For me personally, I thought the ride or die was only going to be, I thought the ride or die twist was going to be only for one episode or for one blocking, so I didn't think it was gonna go on for so long. So we do see that QT rates Miles first. Which was interesting to me. QT did not decide to rate her ride or die first. She was just like, I'm gonna rate Miles first because at this point, I know that Jordan is probably not gonna be close to the top anyway, so what would be the point? Kyle rates Olivia first due to their chat and just them being on better terms. And then mostly everyone else we see kind of rates their ride or die first. I thought it was interesting that Brandon Olivia was like, I need the money, I only make 30K. And I was like, what? I was like, wait a minute. I thought he was a nurse assistant. And don't get me wrong, I know a lot of LPNs and people like that who don't make that much money. But I was like, 30K? That's really low. That's really, really low. So I was kind of in shock when he said that. I was like, dang. So Lauren and QT have a private chat.
Is there anyone you're feeling nervous about? Okay. She'll probably say something like, I love everyone in the circle. That's what's so hard about this. But no, sis, I wanna.
And at this point, QT asks Lauren if there's anyone else that she feels nervous about. She does also ask how Autumn feels about them. At this point, Lauren's like, I have no idea. Or QT has no idea. She's like, I don't talk to Autumn. So she's like, not sure. But Lauren at this point wants the girls to support each other. I feel like Lauren's been trying with this Girls Alliance thing, but I don't know. I feel like nobody really trusts Lauren. So it hasn't really been working out because nobody trusts her. So Lauren asks QT who she's worried about. And QT kind of dodges the question, but she does say Olivia is a great person. However, it would be crazy if he was just the guy sitting in his apartment and, he was actually a catfish, which I thought was funny because I'm like, dang, how many people are going to catch Olivia? I feel like everybody continuously talks about how they think Olivia's a catfish and then they just leave her alone and totally don't care, which I think is good because I don't know. I feel like the game isn't to get the catfish out. The game is just whoever is the most popular. And if you're the most popular, even as a catfish, then why shouldn't you deserve to win or stay in the game? So they don't answer each other's questions. In this conversation, neither one of them answers each other's questions. They both just dodge each other's questions a lot. But QT does talk about how Miles is a cutie and how she likes him, and it's, that's pretty cute. So Autumn and Jordan also have a private chat.
Of an ally in Big J. Okay, message. Girl, every time I talk to you, I feel like I'm at a family reunion. I love it. Heart emoji.
Hashtag bringing out my roots. You already know I've had your back in the ratings. I love him. Is anyone rubbing you the wrong way? A lot of people.
at this point, Jordan's like, I need to start getting my allies up. And that's what I said. I'm like, sir, you have no allies. You need to get them allies up. So Jordan claims he had Autumn's back in the ratings. Now, he asked who Jordan is worried about. Or, excuse me, she. Autumn asked who Jordan is worried about. And Jordan says Miles is using his good looks to manipulate him. So
Understanding that Miles and QT have a romance going. .. Hashtag Casanova. Circle, send message. Miles, what are you doing, honey?
Message. I wouldn't say he's flirting with me. He's just a smooth talker, and I'm trying to see through it.
he's trying to lean into this thing again because Autumn is like, so is he like flirting with you? Like, what do you mean? And I'm just confused where Jordan got this idea from or thought that this was a good strategy to like pretend that Miles is flirting with him. I don't know. It seems bizarre to me. I'm like, does anybody believe this? Like, it's really strange. Like, okay, question mark. So Jordan's like, no, I don't think he's flirting, but maybe like he's, you know, maybe just more of a smooth talker. So that's kind of left there. And I don't get Jordan's strategy. I'll be honest, not really the biggest fan of Jordan right now. I feel like he has a very odd strategy to me. I also feel like he's very hostile towards people for no reason. It seems very bizarre. It also just seems like he doesn't have I know he came into the circle late, but it just seems like he doesn't have a good read on things. And he also doesn't have any allies, but I feel like he tries to go in like guns blazing to anyone he talks to get them like on the bandwagon of whatever he's talking about. Like, I just feel like it's very bizarre that he came in basically guns blazing to Autumn, like, Miles needs to get, it's like, whoa, like, like we mentioned in the last episode, why don't you try to actually make allies with people first before you just go in with what you want? I don't know. It seems very demanding. I am not a fan. So we have this game called Oh, We're Going There.
Say something else nice about herself.
Message. When I was younger, I really struggled with mental health because I was picked on for being chubby and wearing glasses.
Lauren. Miles will think I've still got his back because he warned me on day one about Lauren. Message, Lauren.
First off, I'm a player in this game just like you, so I won't say who. But to answer your question, why, we have all proven our loyalty to each other.
I said we gotta be real. Message. Honestly, I felt insecure about my standing in here. I'm just trying to be authentic and build real connections. If you're ever sus of my intent, let's talk it out.
Basically, everybody gets a deep question, or it's supposed to be a deep question, and they have to answer it. The question comes from one specific person in the circle to another. So Miles asks what the circle needs to know about Liv. So it's not really like a very deep question. Liv just talks about being bullied for being chubby and wearing glasses. And obviously we know that is Brandon's story. I don't know if the real Olivia had that story as well, but we obviously know that Brandon is a chubbier guy who wears glasses. So that's definitely his story, not Liv's. So Lauren asked Jordan who he thinks is the biggest threat. And Jordan says Lauren because he doesn't want to say some of the other people. He doesn't want to say Miles because he doesn't want to put such a big target on his back. He wants it to kind of be undercover that he wants Miles out. So he thought that saying Lauren was going to be the path of least resistance. He doesn't want to stir the pot. So Olivia asked Kyle who her strongest alliance is and why. So Olivia Brandon, or sorry. I said it wrong. Olivia asked Kyle who his strongest alliance is and why. And he doesn't answer. He says, I'm a game player just like you, so I'm not gonna, give my cards up, which fair. Everybody seemed to respect the answer. Even Olivia Brandon was like, I get that. He didn't put a target on another player's back. So Jordan asks Miles how he feels about having the whole circle wrapped around his finger like a ring. And QT clocks already that this is Jordan. She's like, it's Jordan because he wants to come for Miles because he's a good player. He has a lot of people on his side and nobody really, is coming for him like that. So obviously, of course, Miles doesn't really answer that question. But Kyle asks Lauren why why everyone she went into an alliance with has went home. And remember, Kyle wants to take shots at Lauren. Kyle's really not a fan of her. And Lauren says, she doesn't, So Autumn is very whoa, wait a minute, that's my ride or die, and I didn't really know that all of her alliance members have gone home. Should I be worried? So she dodges the question. Of course, she just says some canned answer about how it's all love in the circle, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. I feel like this is what I don't like about Lauren. I feel like Lauren never answers anything. I feel like she doesn't give us anything. It's like, girl, stop dodging questions and answer. Answer the questions. So QT asks Autumn who she's feeling least comfortable with in the circle and why. And QT does not name any name, or Autumn doesn't name any names. She just says someone she hasn't connected with personally. And this is obviously kind of implying QT, right? Because I don't think they've connected like that. So Autumn asks QT which alliance she would break to win 100K. And QT says she's only aligned with people who share her love of the game. And you know what? I liked that answer. I thought that was a very good answer. Because that way, it makes it clear that, yes, I would break it for any of these people, but they would also break it with me. And we're all like-minded on that. So I liked it. I thought it was good, So Tres Fuego has a group chat after the game.
Loud. In all caps.
Hashtag Tres Fuego in this bitch strong. Hashtag we out here. Yo, this is about to be a good chat.
I can't wait to see what they're about to say right now.
Message. I don't think it needs to be said, but I'm here for you.
QT asks immediately, who are you guys feeling threatened by? Let's get to it. Miles says Lauren and Autumn. Me too. Get out Autumn. Specifically, get out Autumn. Not Autumn, sorry. Get out Lauren. Get out Lauren. I don't like Lauren no more. I've had enough of Lauren. Let's get out Lauren. So Kyle says he found out that Lauren isn't loyal. At this point, he's trying to kind of stir that pot up a little bit. Remember, obviously, the talk that he had with Paul Caress, there was some information revealed about Lauren and how she was talking to Paul and what she was telling everybody else too. So, get Lauren out. I'm Lauren's #1 hater. On the show, okay? For the record, it's all on the show. I want Lauren out. Okay. Now, Lauren and Jordan, they also have a private chat. Jordan says that Miles told him not to trust Lauren. So she asks what she did to hurt Miles at this point. And he tells her that Miles called her two-faced and said she lost all of her allies. And then goes again into this thing about how Miles is trying to control everyone. And I'm going to say it again. Jordan has no allies. I don't know. I feel like in this game, if you're going to try to tell someone, hey, you need to go for this person, you need to have a built-up relationship with them. Otherwise, why would someone trust you? If I talk to you for the very first time and you tell me you should hate this person because of blah, 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 why would I trust you? I don't know you. We don't have trust built. This is my problem with Jordan, is that he doesn't even bother to try to build actual relationships with people. He's like, I just need to get Miles out. Miles is a manipulator. Miles is controlling this entire game. And we even see later in the episode that he does it with QT. QT, Miles' biggest ally, he still tried to pull this. I'm sorry, I think Jordan is such a bad player. Jordan, worst player this season. Worse than Paul Caress. I think Jordan is such a bad player. I really do. Like, it actually makes me angry watching him because I think he's a bad player. I do. Okay. So they get an alert. We learn that their fate, whether they stay or not, is no longer tied to the ride or die. So if your ride or die gets out, you can stay. And again, it's one influencer, and then their ride or die will be the secret second influencer. So we find out Autumn is in 7th place. Okay. We find out 6th is Jordan, and then 5th is Kyle. After that, we have 4th, Lauren. And this is what I said all the time, that I feel like Lauren has never gone below 4th. I feel like Lauren is always in the middle for everybody, which is very interesting to me. 3rd is Miles. 2nd is Olivia. And that makes QT and her ride or die Jordan the influencers. So we go to the influencer hangout.
Ever will. Send message.
Dude. Message. Taking out Miles. It'll give you and I a better shot at winning.
That would be horrible for me. I don't want to change the circle dynamics. Message.
QT, off the bat, asks about Lauren. Jordan says he feels like Lauren is the only other person in the circle that has his back. Yeah, sure thing. Now, QT wants to take out an obvious group target because all the heat's on her. And I understood that. Like, he's a secret influencer and QT is the only known influencer. So, like, I think it would be a good opportunity to take out someone like a Lauren, Autumn, people who really don't, like, I don't know. I think that's fair because, yeah, I understood where QT was coming from. Like, she is the influencer. Like, it's all gonna come back on her and the quote-unquote, like, the secret person. So Jordan feels like Autumn is an obvious shield in the game, so he does not want to get her out. He's like, nope. Now he decides to go in for the kill and say, how do you feel about Miles? And QT's like, no, oh my God, no. She says that Miles would always rate her higher than Autumn would, which, fair, it is true. So at this point, QT's not budging. They go back and forth about Miles, and QT's like, look, I'm not gonna vote out my allies. Like, I'm an influencer. I'm not gonna sit here and vote out my allies when I'm in power. Like, I just don't think that's fair. And again, completely understand that. I think Jordan, he goes in so hard trying to go for Miles. And it's like, first off, bro, you're not gonna get someone to vote out their biggest ally to keep you. Like, first off. But also, second of all, again, you're going to people that you have no built-up relationships with, and then you're asking them to get out their biggest allies. What kind of gameplay is that? Like, that is horrible gameplay. Horrible. Okay. So they talk about Kyle, and Jordan says that he wants to take out Kyle because that will weaken Lauren. But QT's like, no. Like, I'm not taking out Kyle. That's my circle brother. That's her second biggest ally. So he, at this point, asked if Miles would protect her over Kyle. And QT doesn't answer the question, but she's like, I'm not gonna, like, take out my biggest allies, you know, when I'm in power. Like, it's not fair just for Jordan to keep himself. So at this point, they go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and we end the episode there. And honestly, I am thinking that it's gonna probably end up being Olivia. I think that Olivia is enough of a target on both sides where it wouldn't bother either one of them heavily to get her out. But I think that Jordan has to make some allies. I really think that Jordan, you gotta make some allies, bro. Otherwise, you're not gonna be able to have anybody be on your side. So that's where I stand with it. Sorry, y'all. That's where I stand with it. But we end off there. Please don't put spoilers, okay? Thank you. You guys could talk about episodes 1 through 10 on the comments. Let me know what you thought about this. Let me know what you think about Jordan's gameplay, okay? Do y'all, am I the only one that thinks Jordan is like a horrible game player? Let me know. And if not, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the videos, okay? So I can continue to create content. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.